other one yesterday, and so my right shift key got wet and my right control key got wet, and it was like this new rainbow keyboard that I just got, and now the control key stuck down on it. So like it's basically unusable. I tried to do one thing on it the other day and it was like, well, it won't even let me type. So it's like just kill it. It's dead.
That's a hard spot to be in.
Yeah, I had to lay it to rest. It's gonna get thrown in the trash today. But now my new one is like, see, I had the silenced one before, which was kind of awesome because I could like type without it like being really obstructive to my open mic degeneracy that I usually do. I'm sure y'all know that I'm pretty notorious for breathing heavy.
It's the breathing, yeah. You never been guilty on keyboard.
Yeah. I don't do it on purpose, man. It's just when Dan's talking about alpha on stage and you got no future over there, like doing whatever he's doing, and like everyone's getting all excited, and it's like my breathing, of course, picks up like as one. It's intense. I'm in front of hundreds of people sometimes. So,
yeah, I feel you on that. I can feel your excitement through the mic when you're breathing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's good. It's like it adds to the context. Everyone else is starting to breathe heavy too because like it's like Dan's he's heating up. The conversation's heating up. Look, Webb's breathing. You can tell.
You're providing the tangible drama.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, there's probably at least 10 other people in the audience doing it just like you are, but they don't have a mic.
Exactly. I probably resonate with those mouth breathers out there. That's good.
You could start a guild around that. Although, like, the community calls would kind of suck because everybody would just be breathing really loud.
Oh my gosh. Well, yeah, we
the Mouth Breathers Guild.
Mandatory push to talk. Mandatory push to talk, please. All right, I'm gonna send you over that crafting. Those crafting goods, sir.
Okay, so and for you guys in here, we can hang out in the I just created a channel, Amphitheater Chat. Feel free to post up in there. We see Goobs in here. Shout out to Goobs. Gachi Mafia. They got their poker games. I really enjoy kind of hanging out there. I've played a few of those poker games, and I'm honestly not the greatest. I'm just like a high prop. I sit at the table and I make jokes and talk about stuff, but it's still a good time to hang out with those guys and just play some poker. Yeah, GM everyone. Got Choina, Contacts. We got some new faces in here, I think, that I might not be too familiar with. We got a Big 54, shout out to you, man. Got I'm Lexi, White Ranger, shout out to you, man. Got so many familiar faces in here. We got Z-Fi, Andy. Yeah, man. Zombie Shepherd.
Happy to see. Major props to Andy, because I keep seeing that guy around every bush. Every place I go here lately, Andy's already there. So just shout out, man. You're on top of your game.
That's good, dude. That's good. That's what we like to see right there. Because I feel like I used to be able to be like that, man. It's like this is one of the few jobs in the world where like the better you do, the more work you have to do. It's like just like as you grow and everyone, all the people underneath you are growing, it's like your network basically is growing. And so as that grows, it's like, well, now all of a sudden, just because you're improving doesn't mean like that that your workload can stop growing because like your network's growing. It's like it's a little difficult thing to balance, man, because like I love going to all the events and stuff, and that's like really how I got started.
Absolutely. Like, do you miss the good old days of actually knowing everything that was happening on Polygon? It feels like forever ago.
Oh, I can't keep up with anything in any other projects now is the problem. I'm not even investing in anything else, to be honest, either.
It's ironic, after having been paying attention for like a year and a half straight, I feel like less knowledgeable now than I did when I started.
Mm-hmm. That's life, though. That's life. You got to do the ring around the rosy.
I know you guys all came from, traditional, probably even unrelated jobs to what we're doing now. So it'd be interesting to hear, like, how you think of the Web3 space compared to, just in a general sense, how like traditional work was done.
Yeah. Do you want to go first, Mike Callan?
No, because mine's gonna be long and ranty. So you go ahead.
I mean, I'll get pretty winded too on it, but that's okay. No, I'll go first. So I actually started like doing basically like blue collar jobs all the way up until this, pretty much. I mean, this is like my first desk job really, and this is like it's definitely the hardest job I've ever had. It's the hardest to keep organized because everyone's remote and on different time zones, and of course, like everything's time sensitive, but nobody's getting the information exactly when you send it to them. Like very rarely, anyways. Like I'll message somebody to like push something along, and sometimes I won't hear back until tomorrow, or like sometimes I'll hear back in 5 minutes. Like it's like a toss up. So that's like very different. It's definitely like a different pace. While being super fast paced, it's also like you can only there's only top speed. Like you can't exactly like come up with extra mojo. It's like it's a endurance thing more than anything else. And I guess I'm just used to like showing up at work, working as hard as I can for like that sort of like that push, like when I'm there basically like 8 hours, whatever the shift length was. um and now it's like where my job doesn't really stop, and I got like a working like roadmap type list of stuff that I'm basically like have on deck as far as what I'm focusing on. And so that's like it's definitely very different for me, but I think I'm liking it. I mean, it's definitely more in the direction I want to go.
Burnout is the thing that we have to watch for these days, right? Because it was really easy to leave it hung up at work when you left that 8-hour shift, and you could mentally disconnect, and I could care less if the building burned down. Like there was just very little emotional vesting in
Oh
the
yeah.
common workplace. And has definitely been the biggest change for me. It's like November to December, I was so gung ho that by the end of December I almost didn't even want to turn on the computer, and that was really dangerous balance to figure out. And I definitely feel like that's a lot healthier. But same boat as you here. This is my first time working like remotely, with given the freedom to work from home at my own pacing, and that's definitely plenty of rope to hang yourself. And so that's definitely been the largest challenge, is figuring out how to structure on an individual level, since there is no one there ready to bust your butt when you've been on break for twice as long as you're supposed to.
Right. Holding yourself accountable is all. You're the hardest person to hold accountable to yourself, man. That's for sure.
Oh, too smart for my own good. I know all the excuses, right?
Yeah, of course you're gonna justify why you don't need to do that thing to yourself. Easy peasy. You've been doing it forever.
I know what I'm doing here. Hefe,
Yeah.
you got the YouTube stream going by now? Have you hopped in on that? Just wondering.
Yeah, yeah. I should have. It should be live there. Let me just double check and make sure it's all good. But
Drop that link, brother. Drop that link. I want
yeah.
to check it out.
Okay. Here we go. The golden. It should be live there. Let me get this here. Drop this link for you.
Anthony, I'm in that same boat, man. Right? It's nice to take like a pure weekend off and not have to look at everything, and then by Monday it feels like I set myself up for stress, because then it's all just playing catch up.
Yeah, I have to work 7 days a week, dude. I will go crazy if I don't. And so what that means for me is like I'm not working 10 hours every day. Like I'll blow my brains out, Like I'll just quit, if I were to do that. If I had a job that literally forced me to do that. So I check, I'm like I'll sprint in the morning, and then I'll like lunch professional development stuff after I've like eaten in for like a break, just like unwind a little bit. Just like try and like level up in whatever direction I'm focusing on. And then that's usually when some of my friends will get off work, and then like I'll relax for like an hour, and then my wife gets home. I'll do stuff with her, and then I'll work some more before, like a couple hours before I go to bed. Um, but that break in there like really helps me stay sane. But if I didn't work every day, like exactly what you're saying, dude. Like if I went a whole day without responding to anyone, I don't like. I think the empathy would kill me. like I hate knowing that like somebody needs like some of my help to move something that they're focused on, and not being able just to give them a little bit of my attention. So I try and do that.
Well, I think it brings up a good point too, right? Is especially in these community roles and these PR roles and these social roles within Web3, I try to explain it to people more like a firefighter or like a military member than like a banker's hours type job. Because if I'm firefighting and I'm on, then I'm just on, and there's that availability that just becomes just expected. And so the 24/7 is tricky, man. So that long-term sustainability on that is where it gets tricky, because even firefighters get time off. But it is a job where mentally, yeah, I can't not check before I go to bed. It's just one message can make the difference between a positive interaction and a really negative one.
Oh yeah, and especially on their side too. That's like the craziest point that you could ever say right there, because like if somebody messages you something and they have to wait like before they go to bed basically to get a response to it, like their experience on that level is going to be like way potentially way worse. And that's what just like cutting out like things like that is top priority for me, because at the end of the day, like I want everyone to be able to just move in the direction they're trying to go, man.
See, I think I like some of the points you guys hit on. It's like the biggest challenge here is, and Choina shared a meme. It's like you're on 24/7, and like you're saying, like a firefighter, you're almost kind of on. That little pager is there. The Discord pager is there, and if it goes off, you're on the clock again. You're either on a call or you're organizing a meeting or you're organizing some sort of event. And it's fun, but like that can be deceiving because you're like, oh, I'm having such a great time, but at the end of the day, you're also mentally exhausted from doing that for 10 hours a day consistently. It's funny because I feel like I'm finding myself in the same position, so I have to maybe take a page from your guys' book and take my breaks and kind of have a chill evening or something when I'm done work, because like my previous job, I was an EMT for like almost 10 years, and I just couldn't take it anymore. I got burnt out from it, so I had to leave, and then found Web3. I was kind of already into crypto and stuff at that point, so finding Aavegotchi, learning about DAOs, that's kind of how I got into all this. Like I didn't know very much before Aavegotchi. Basically, everything we've been doing here, I've been just following along closely and just building with you guys. But then it's so easy to get back into that same cycle. I used to work like 80-hour work weeks where it's like I was picking up shifts on my days off, and now looking back, I'm like, man, what was I doing? Because you'd work oftentimes, the hours were really messed up. You'd work two 12-hour day shifts, and then you'd work two 12-hour night shifts, like four on, four off. And so like your sleep would be just like messed up all the time, and you'd feel like you always need to be at work, because like there's always this like I need to go help or I need to go do things, and it's in my nature to help and take things on, but then it's like you have this tendency to take on too much. Like I have
Go ahead. There's a social episode to follow up with you on that one too, man, because this is so unrelated right now specifically to what we're doing here, but just in general, it's intriguing to me about the idea of people that have types of jobs where you get so emotionally involved that like you feel guilty about not working, and that leads to direct burnout because you mentally cannot keep up that kind of a workload.
Man, nobody
it's
can,
also
man.
It's also interesting that you say that, because the same, I mean, to a lesser intense degree, the same could kind of imply to Web3 jobs, where I notice a lot of the people who are in Web3 are these genuine people who they're there because they want to help, and their time is there to help to other people, to help other people, and that can be a dangerous place to be when there's so much to do, because you just want to keep taking things on.
You want to hear something crazy? So Smokescreens is here in the audience with us today, and so he and I used to work together. He's still there at Toyota, and we were service riders. And I didn't know this when I got that job, but behind air traffic controllers, it's one of like the top 5 leading suicide positions in the U.S. just from sheer burnout and stress. And it was like carrying the mail plus seeing the customer every day. It was nice to help people, but by God, I can't imagine you do it. We had a coworker that had been an EMT prior to what we did there, and I don't know how he survived. And so I really don't know about people like you, Hefe. You guys are really, really impressive to me, because that's crazy.
Yeah, dude. That I have a cousin-in-law, I guess, who did that for a long time, and now he's a cop, and it's like, dude, like I don't know how you do that. First of all, like that's the EMT stuff. Like that would be really hard, dude. Like that would that would break me. Like, I think, like, I thought about it for a little bit, but like the more I think about it, it's like I don't know if I could really go home like that.
Well, I mean,
Well,
I'll
and
tell you one thing. I worked in rural areas, small communities for a while, and it was a lot different than it was like when I moved to the city, started working there. There's more of a community sense. You kind of knew everybody in the town or whatever. When you move to the city, it's just different. Like it's more chaos, you know. It's more drug overdoses, more stabbings, more whatever. You know, there's more violence. There's just like stuff that goes on. There's just more people, so there's gonna be more stuff that happens. That's the moment where I was like, man, I don't know how long I'll do this for, because it's really you know, the hours are starting to add up. The shelf life is expiring here, so I had to go.
Yeah.
I had to go somewhere else, but it's good. It's good. I think sometimes in life you get these, you know, it becomes blatantly obvious that you got to make a big change if you want to
Change. Yep.
maintain your sanity.
And so let's switch gears into
Yeah.
this lighthearted happiness here.
100%.
So what's going on with these tiles? Because I am out of touch with these tiles. I think Smoke and Hefe and you guys, y'all been right on top of this, but I'll admit guiltily that I have not been watching this tile market at all. So where are we at?
Just it literally they just started trading, and I think they're like, what is it, like 22 ghost or tile or something. I'll link the page.
That still sounds very reasonable. I'm still having really internal conflicts over how to approach the alter
What?
circumstance.
Goobs
All
is saying
the
40.
20s are gone. It's in the 40s now. It's already double.
Yeah, Goobs is saying it's 40 ghosts now. Dang.
I was about to buy those 20s earlier. It's a good thing somebody else did.
I keep staring through the window and not doing anything, and it's starting to become a meme.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens. It's gonna be interesting to see, right? Because I mean, you got more tiles coming out that you can craft now. I don't know if you can list them yet. Maybe that's what it is. You can only. I think that if they're keeping in line with what they did for this one, we won't be able to trade the new one until it's done being crafted. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with this one in the meantime. But it started out that like basically the floor price was right at around like how much it costed to craft one, and now it's double that. So that happened fast.
Well, this is one thing I've always liked about like dexes and decentralized markets and just all of it is it really just takes one person, right? Like one
Yeah.
clever person watching can totally
Be like,
keep
wait,
this
this is
market
the
moving.
same price? What?
Well, who blew up the FUD and FOMO markets the other day with that Twitter thread on it, because that was an easy identification and that's been definitely getting attention.
I mean, I don't know. I've been tweeting like crazy about all the Alchemica tokens ever since like we launched them, because it's like that's our those are our risk tokens, not the other ones, you know. So if we can market those to the rest of crypto, like we can give them the other, you know, we can give them the token experience that a lot of other projects can from those token perspective, like the low
You're right.
circulating supply, like
That's crazy. It's
I
a
mean,
non-bonding curve asset
yeah,
underneath the bonding curve asset.
yeah, if they want a token that can moon, man, Alchemica's the one. But we're not gonna sell it easy, you know. Like we're stable liquidity providers over here in the Gachi verse.
I
So we're
wonder.
gonna make them pay for it, you know.
I wonder how many traders this is going to attract, because you know traders love volatility, like that's what makes them money. And so I don't know about like investors per se, hanging onto their Alchemica right now just based on the volatility. Maybe they would gravitate to Ghost for that. But I could see a lot of traders coming into the game just to trade Alchemica, you know.
Yeah. On a Ghost pair, like, yeah, dude, absolutely.
But yeah, it's interesting. How do you guys think of Alchemica overall? Like for me personally, I think of them just as like building blocks. I know they have a monetary value, but the greater value to me right now is like you can build these harvesters that are going to be launching on the 18th, I believe. And you know, from there it just keeps going up. There's lodges, there's other structures that'll be implemented. So like that's where I see the value of it.
Yeah, I definitely see it in the use case for sure.
I know someone had posted a Alchemica chart. Let me see if I can find it. Sorry, you guys.
When I think you're fine. A lot like what Webb was saying too. I think it really truly is like 4 separate attractive traps for individuals to find a way to get involved with like non-curve tethered assets within our ecosystem. Because people are going to think that they're slick and see the KEK market and don't go KEK, right? That's crazy. Everyone's doing the KEK thing. I'm telling you, man, it's all about this alpha angle. And so there's like four different ways that people can feel like they're staying ahead of our sharp point of the market.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
The alpha was doing an interesting thing.
Well, just real quick too, Hefes, I don't have the data on the top of my head too, but if you listen to the latest Gachi Brothers we did with Dr. Wagme, he had some really crazy specific numbers about like installation distribution per spacious parcel. He's done some really cool chart math on like how many installations at what levels and how much Alchemica that's going to allegedly cost him and the timeline. He's doing some really cool work on it. Blew my mind, that's for sure, and it definitely showed me how far behind I am.
Oh yeah, I'm hoping that like my scholar can I have like this strategy, right, is to get like get a scholar that I can actually invest in, right? Like one that I can, educate, teach them everything that I need them to know, like maybe even like eventually be able to like some development ability, because like it's not that like education material for like learning something like that is not that expensive, right? If I get somebody that wants to do it, interested enough, and has competence enough to learn something that they put their mind to, like having somebody that I can invest in like that.
How do you find someone like that, man? That's like a direct scholar.
Yeah, I think that they're out there, dude. Like you just gotta. I mean, not everyone acts the same way when you're talking to them in DMs, right? Like you gotta be able to size people up by the way that they treat the relationship. Like if you have somebody that's proven to be responsible, and then beyond that, like proven to have initiative. Like if if they're responsible and they've got initiative, they're already better than 80%, maybe even 90%. like like I've had plenty of people work for me, and it's like if they're willing, if they want to try and find something to do to get to their destination further without you showing them, then that's like you got yourself a winner, right? And so you identify that, and then you invest a little bit, right? And then you see where it goes, what it gets, like how they respond, like like what the dealio is, and then like you just go from there, man. And at that point, it's just like a trust relationship. Like they've got to understand that if they relate you to being able to source success for them, then they're going to treat that relationship valuable, right? And then all of a sudden, like you guys are meeting on the middle with stuff and working together. And yeah, dude, it's like it's a no-brainer for me. It's like I just want to find somebody that's interested in the game, interested in some other layers on top, and even has some interest enough to have already learned about it, and then take the step
Let me
after
ask
that.
you a direct question then, because it's really, I think, a very unique and different approach that I don't hear too often about scholars. And so I feel like you're going to like produce one hell of a educated scholar that knows what's going on. Do you think that rate of return is the most efficient and or profitable in terms of like your asset management, or are you kind of approaching this with like a different like outcome desire?
I want to be able to trust and grow like a network of really like potent community members, So if I invest really good in somebody and then say, look, we have all these other gotchis, like I want you to find someone that you can invest, like find someone like you.
You're like
basically
trying to create a direct referral network, almost like a vetted network.
Yeah, like exactly like my own like squad. I see, maybe not army, but like squad. I'd like to have like a tight knit group. I'd like to have a tight knit like team that's like just industry strong. I've got you industry strong.
Just a crazy thought here, right? Because I see Brills is in here, and I've been really impressed with the Portal Mages. They're killing it on their scholar management. Do
Mm-hmm.
you think that there's like a room for someone like you to be like a team manager, like a fire team manager, and you're running like 6 vetted scholars within something larger like the Portal Mage structure?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that like ultimately that's where we're going, right? It's just like a hierarchy in a different plane, like a gaming ecosystem.
I think Blackpool and Orden both show success in that micro model, and these small teams are able to stay more effective and efficient.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it's going to relate a lot to like what kind of gameplay exists. But I think that like in any game, right, there's going to be people that are there's going to be like a hierarchy within that game of players, like how good they are, how good they are at different mechanics, and like this, an ecosystem like this, like, I mean, we could have so much diversity to the to what that looks like because of how many different kinds of games there's going to be like to play, if that makes sense. Um, and so you're going to end up with like people that might be good at like leading this farming activity or might be good at leading that farming activity, and all has to do with just like what they are on an individual level, what their interests are, like why they like that kind of gameplay. I think that that's like really good just to keep people like engaged and happy and like cooperative, right? Like because you'll be able to identify that people are able to take their talents and put them in one place or another place, and like the community as a whole like values all of those places, if that makes sense, because one does not exist without the other.
Definitely, that's what I'm looking forward to, is the diversification of activities. There's going to be nerds like me that are looking into just governance and social management.
Oh yeah,
it makes me realize that the ecosystem we're creating here is so big, or will become so big, that everybody's going to have some sort of niche that they can carve out, and I think that's a beautiful thing.
Hefe, you're invisible on my screen. Oh, you showed up.
Oh, weird. Okay, I'm back.
Yeah, that was weird. Do you see me?
Yes, I see you, and we're hanging out with Frog Gotchi, who has a pretty sick outfit, by the way. He has I don't know who that is, but we get, like, look at those eyes. If you can see the live stream there, we have Frog Gotchi, who's been flagged as a bot, so I don't know what's going on there, but it's a pretty intelligent bot. Maybe they're creating social bots now that just interact with people.
Seems like a lot of work.
He was getting into trouble, and he knows it. He was a bad little boy.
It's almost like maybe the red badge is like a status thing. It's like, yeah, I'm like like I'm a troublemaker in the Gotchiverse. Outlaw Gotchis, exactly. But I like the double juice boxes. He has the track shorts look really nice with the USDT and the really stuck to the green theme there with the gecko hat. So I like that. Really like that, actually.
Yeah, I definitely, the gecko hat is one of my absolute favorite wearables.
And then you're just a total Chad over there with 2 freaking Portal Mage axes.
Yeah, I really aped into those. I didn't even buy them when they were cheap either. I FOMO'd into them pretty hard. I wish I bought them earlier, honestly.
What'd you buy them at? Because I know they're up there now.
I bought them basically where they're at, like 3,800, I think, each.
Okay.
I might even paid more than the floor is on them. Yeah. But I'm not worried about it. It's like, the OG, it's like the GOAT wearable of the #1 guild in Abagachi, right? So I just sort of ripped it. I don't really expect to, like, they're super illiquid anyways, right? So I don't expect the floor to move a lot on them. I'm just like gonna buy them before somebody comes in and buys every single one listed. You know how they do it.
Yeah, exactly. Once that floor is gone, and I think that's going to happen with a lot of the legendary wearables, is like you might have to go find somebody OTC. I remember in RuneScape there was like certain items like the dragon's scimitar and stuff, like really rare items that weren't, like, maybe there was like 10 people that knew how to make it and had access to those resources. You'd have to go find those people and be like, hey dude, do you have any that you could sell me? Like, it wasn't even a market thing anymore. It's like, hey, can you please sell me one? I have money, And I think that's what's going to happen with some of these more scarce wearables. There's just no liquidity on them. So, I already know most godlike items aren't even on the bazaar. They show up every now and then they disappear. So that might happen with the mythicals. It might happen with the legendaries. Maybe even the rares. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe over time.
Absolutely.
But yeah, wearables is always something I've been focused on. I have 5 gotchis. I probably could have had twice as many if I didn't spend my ghost on wearables. But to me,
you guys want?
Go ahead.
Like actually, that's a good point though that you're mentioning, because like I'm pretty sure that if you look at Google Analytics, like the wearables, or the last time they did like somebody did a survey. I don't remember who it was, but it was like a survey done, and like the number of people that were interested in it was like, what's the most exciting part of the Avogotchi ecosystem to you? And it was like 70% of the people were basically like wearables, and like is at least like top 2, like. And so wearables are what most people are interested in now. Like it's not always like, as we know about the Avogotchi ecosystem, it's like it's its own ecosystem, right? So like there's gonna be different parts of that ecosystem that are like cooling and heating up, like based on like sort of trends. Okay. And so there's going to be wearables are going to have their own little cycle, right? And like they're going to be, they're going to be cooling until they're not, and then you see them run, like, and when they do, like, it's just the hardest out of any of the other your ecosystem assets, because they're the riskiest. But that's
Hefe,
just like my perspective on it.
if you check your DMs too, I got a little bit of instructions for you, so you kick off the raffle for these fine folks that are hanging out with us this morning. But when I think about the altars too, man, is we have an ecosystem where we've built in fixed quantity in a lot of different ways. There's a lot of limited opportunities and quantities, and what I've seen a lot in other play to earn games is when you have those in-game items that are measured in in-game currency, they tend to like resist the market moves, right? When the market goes down, the floor prices just raise. When the market runs, the floor prices increase. They
Yep.
seem really resistant to depression.
Exactly. So like as Ghost gets cheaper, you see people that have been thinking about buying wearables with like their dollars, come in, buy the Ghost dip, and then buy the wearable because they see it getting cheaper. You know what I mean? Like,
Well,
it's
that's what
like
I think I'm screwed on these altars. I don't see a future where the altar price floor actually suffers. Like Ghost could get cut in half, and I still see the altars holding their floor. People can do the math.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I'm not selling mine. Like, mine are gonna go on unopened parcels that are just like free for anyone to channel. Like, I just want to have like the biggest, baddest like church in the expensive part of town,
Holy moly, you're talking about like charitable channeling stations.
Yeah, I think that would be really cool, just to like teach people that, like, you don't have to. It doesn't have to all be about making money. It can just be like a flex. It can just be like a nice, undeveloped place. Like, you know what I mean? Because I have a feel
Totally
at a
doing
certain,
that. Yeah, I'm gonna sell that culture.
yeah, at a certain point, like you're gonna have I mean, you're just not gonna have any of the good, like all the stuff we're looking at left. You know what I mean?
Well, it's
So
true
it'd
in my
be
real
nice
life.
to still
It's
have
gonna
that.
happen. It's gonna happen in the Gachiverse too, right? Is I'm not gonna be rich, but I'll have rich friends, and so I can go hang out in Wagme's lots.
Yeah, I mean, I've got a couple of places, but like I think that I definitely want to have like an estate in a nice part of town that just doesn't get farmed. Doesn't get, just keep good, keep the soil intact. You know what I mean? We don't have to break ground.
I think there was someone who made a good point there. I think it was Hardcore in the DAO forums, and he was talking about what parts of the Gotchiverse are least likely to get attacked during the Great Battle, and it seemed like the consensus might be around like the bottom left corner of the Gotchiverse might be kind of untouched. But then I also noticed that's where all that Keck is, right? So maybe that was put there on purpose to be like, yeah, you might want to go out of your way to kind of raid this part. So it'll be interesting to see what happens to that part of the Gotchiverse. I do have some parcels there, so.
Nice.
How many golden altars did you guys grab? I'm honestly, I'll be honest, I'm feeling deep regret. I didn't mint one because the Alchemica cost was a little high for me.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat.
I have 2. I minted them. I bought on the run up, but it was actually, I think that my cost per altar was like 400 something ghost, and then I watched it go all the way up to 800, and then I watched it go underneath what I paid for it, and then I saw my lucky number, and I was like, man, the floor is settling awfully close around my lucky number 38, 383. And yeah, I should have totally ripped it because they went around and turned around and doubled, as we all saw. Should have definitely ripped it.
Man, I'm just seeing Goops' comment there. 21 of those Astro helmets just got scooped. Someone else is at work.
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna see stuff. I mean, you're always gonna see. There's always somebody buying something, dude. Like somebody's always aping into something somewhere.
Do you guys remember when the astronaut suits hit like 120 ghost or something like that? That was crazy.
You can see crazy stuff like that. Like the gotchi mugs were up that high. Like the raffles used to be like were.
I got beat up on those mugs.
Yeah, somebody can. I mean, it doesn't take a lot for somebody to come in and just buy all the available stuff, and then it's like, well, the price is twice as much. You can only. It's actually bearish when the price goes up, which people don't realize because the thing gets more expensive. So less people that saw the value before will go in. And so like you have like that initial hype was like, oh, like it's breaking out. Like, and then, but you know how it ends. Like, it can only break out for so long. Somebody comes in and buys the entire circulating supply on something. Of course the price is going to move, but you don't know that that it's like going to make it all of a sudden more attractive. I think the astronaut suit is like probably. I mean, like because what is it? What is the alchemy? That thing gives you what movement speed and does it give you movement speed?
What wearable is that you're referring to?
The astronaut helmet. It's like it's protective armor. Does anyone know what that gives? I think it's like seems like a pretty.
I thought that was a movement. Yeah, I did think that was a movement speed one. It would kind of make sense because of anti-gravity. You're in space. I don't know. It makes sense with the theme.
Yeah. All right, man. Well, you wanna craft one of these bad boys? I think I sent that stuff over to you.
Let's do it. Yeah, I have the Alchemica, I believe. Let's. I got my crafting table here. So we're hanging out with a few peeps in the Gotchiverse. I know some people are asking where we're at here. You can see it on my map. We're kind of on the left-hand side of the Gotchiverse, down near the the left-hand side of that main road.
Left middle. Yep.
Yeah. So if you guys want to join us here, we can hang out here. I'm going to craft this shiny tile. So let's see here. Crafting table. Okay, we got our Alchemicas. So you sent me a bunch of Alchemica. Let's go to the recipe book. Okay. 13 days left. Okay, so this is the brand new one. And it looks pretty cool.
Look at that. What? I sent you extra.
I see that. Can I mint 2 tiles with this? Because maybe we can give away 2 tiles. I don't know. Maybe I'm a bit short. No, I didn't. That's okay.
I didn't send you enough of the good stuff.
It was just in goodwill, I guess.
Mhm. I just had it wrong. No, I gave you a little extra FUD and FOMO. Just to remind you to keep it to not let it get in your way, you know what I
mean? I appreciate that.
Heck, what we really want is all that alpha and keck.
Yes.
Let me ask you this, Webb, on an infrastructure side, have we had any issues in the crafting mechanics since those have launched? It seems like it's been going smooth as butter.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like it doesn't seem to be causing any hiccups. It seems pretty smooth. That makes me feel like a lot of the installation work is going to be pretty top notch. I think that stuff was like part of the audit that they got. Not sure. Yeah, it doesn't seem like crafting's caused many hiccups at all. And even the bizarre listings going live, it's just like, all the stuff we've done so many times, right? It's like bread and butter at this point.
I got to have that moment of mind-blowing revelation for a little NFT space on Twitter the other day where they're sitting there arguing about future theoretical utility for NFTs, and one day they might be able to do this and that. And I finally had my moment to insert, just, hey, by the way, you guys seen this? Because everything you're talking about is kind of already happening. And you watch people's brains blow. And
they're like, what?
It's amazing. It really is amazing. The conversion strength is very high, but it's also a
Well,
reminder of like how long down this path we are.
I
yeah,
think
you
people
really
also.
don't.
I was gonna say,
Go
I think
ahead.
people also underestimate the power of these low fidelity games because it's such a low fidelity game. We don't need to hire like 30 graphics designers and 20 animators to like create the game. We can have like two of each or whatever, whatever you guys have there for this sort of work, and have the rest of the team focus on creating the very fancy smart contract stuff in the back, and really have like an elaborate game that's fully on chain. And I think that's where a lot of
The
these
value
games,
is.
yeah, I think that's where the real value is. Like, I'm curious to see now with this new other side metaverse that's coming out for the Board Ape Yacht Club. I want to see how far they can actually get away from that old Web 2, because it seems like as their like game per se progresses, they're moving closer and closer back to that Web 2 mentality, because that's what they're comfortable with. That's the easiest thing to do, and frankly, they don't have the ability to create that infrastructure underneath for these apes without like pixelating them, because they're very high res, and it's really hard to do that. Anything to do with that with it's hard to manage those assets on chain.
Absolutely.
How
I could.
lovely was that Dan thread pre ape migration to Polygon, and I think that was within 4 hours that they realized that that's exactly what they needed to do.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy, dude. Group photo time. Let's go.
You
How
guys can
many?
take
How do
that
you?
group photo.
Is there still a number of players in the Gotchiverse? Was
uh
it? Didn't they used to have a player count? I think it's on Discord actually.
if
Now
you
that I
hit
think
a,
about it.
if you hit F3, it should pop up a window. You can see what's up.
I don't have an F3 key on my new
Oh.
keyboard.
Oh. do you have any of the F keys?
No, I got one of like the bare bones keyboards, like with just the no.
Oh,
It's got
yes.
it's got no number pad. It's got no top set of keys. It's
You got
got no
40%
like.
or something.
Yeah, it's exactly. It's like one of the tiny ones. It's just the typing pad.
God bless your brain.
I feel like a
Yeah.
number pad's essential for me, man. Like, I've never actually had a keyboard without it. Well, I guess my laptop, but like other than that, I kind of gotta have it.
Yeah, makes sense. I
It's like a
don't I don't feel like I don't use it a lot.
I approved all 4 alchemicas. We can actually craft this thing now. All right,
Let's do
let's
it.
do it.
You were being so dramatic, babe.
I have
Yeah,
to. I was
we
building
know
up
you
to
haven't
it.
crafted anything now. Your dirty little secrets out.
I'm pretending like I don't know. All right. All right, here we go. Okay, and I got everybody's names and wheel of names. I'll confirm that, but I'll get that up on the screen here after this, and we can spin the wheel, and we got some drop tickets too, right, Michael?
Yeah, definitely. We could commit to 3. I think this morning we could do 2 for sure. 3 if we are generous and everyone is looking enthused. You'll have to add Kakusho. You'll have to add Kokoko and add Thrax to the wheel of names. Everyone else should still be there.
Perfect.
Morning, Thrax. Nice to have you join us, guys. I have to say though, since like post play drop, is that player count legit? That's serious. Like right now, there's 59 players. That's a gigantic transformation in load.
Yeah, I mean it's like you're not dropping money on the ground anymore. So yeah, it makes sense, dude. I mean, like I wouldn't be surprised if as people plan things, like you'll see it spike from here and there. But yeah, dude. I mean, it's
Is
gonna you expect it to pick back up as soon as like more gameplay comes online. It's like a
is
little
there any
lull in here.
alchemist still being dropped?
I don't think that there's any now.
Oh shit! So if it's an empty house, then like there's literally no financial motivation right now for folks. So this
Yeah.
is like this is the baseline, huh? So I mean, 59 is actually still not bad for there to be no reason to be there. 59 people is still pretty committed.
Yeah, it's only I'm kind of surprised that there's that there's that many. I mean, you figure how many of them are us? Like there's like what 40 other people in here that are just socializing, walking around, AFK, whatever it is.
I'll put a campaign to everybody in here, right? So like if you get the inkling to wander the Gotchiverse right now, and you're actually able to capture and engage somebody in a useful way, like there's definitely opportunities for little treats and handouts right here to just reward people for being there when they shouldn't necessarily be there or have motivations to be there.
So you were talking about how you find people that that can be like sort of like your upper tier scholar, right? Great way would be to try and source players that are like in the Gotchiverse right now, for example, or something to that effect. Like people that are still in the Discord without the incentive of play drop happening regularly. Like now's the perfect time to be sourcing somebody like that, right? Because they're interested, they're trying to learn, like in between the downtime and stuff like that, rather than the 80% that were like, well, now the money's gone, maybe I'll come back if the getting's good again. You know what I mean?
It's a good opportunity for screening players. Who's really actually interested in the game and who was here for the play drop. I don't think either is like wrong. If you're coming here making some money, like that's great. But we need to identify those players that are like really interested in the game and get them, get them right in here.
All right, you crafted the tile, big Hefe?
Yeah, okay, so I've crafted the tile. I'm going to switch the Gotchiverse stream here to Wheel of Names. So that should show up here. And then we will spin the wheel. And I'll just make sure I get all the names before we spin it. So the first one, I guess we'll do a drop ticket. And then the second one, we'll do another drop ticket. Or maybe we'll do the tile and then a drop ticket. Let's see here. Gotchiverse. Wheel of Names. Okay. You guys see the Wheel of Names up there? Should see it switch pretty shortly. Yeah. You see it there? Perfect. Okay. Let me just make sure we got all the peeps in here and we'll go. So we got Bros Manor. I guess I should just count them. 20.
You could throw a Bunny. Bunny, I think, is the only one missing right now.
Bunny.
He just hopped in here. Mr. or Mrs. Bunny Bye.
Bunny Bye. Welcome. Welcome. Okay, I'm just going to make sure I have 20 names here. Yeah, entries 20. We got 20 people. Yeah, man. Let's spin this thing. Click to spin. Okay. Here we go.
Hit the button. Do it. Do it now.
Oh, okay. I'm Lexi. You have won a drop ticket. So I'm Lexi. If you can either DM us your ETH address or you can plug it into the amphitheater chat, we will send you your drop ticket. Congratulations. Okay, so next one up is the big tile. What do you think these tiles are going to be worth like 10 years from now? I think it's going to be like 200 ghost.
Bro.
Maybe more. I don't know.
1,000.
1,000 ghost. Yeah, maybe, because it's going to be a really scarce item.
Yeah. I mean, as soon as people start putting these things on their stuff, they're just constantly going to be going out of circulating supply. I mean, there's going to be people that never change their look from like the most, that they're never going to get rid of this look once they have it, as the price keeps going up. I mean, some people are just going to hold it forever. And so the longer it sits around, dude, like, yeah, I expect them to be expensive. Like, I expect them to be, 100x the other tiles that we're adding at that point. But I mean, that's like a year from now. Maybe I'm getting ambitious. Maybe I should be thinking 2 years from now.
Yeah, I have this tendency to think really far out ahead, but I think there was like this study this guy did. I read a while ago. They determined like through this experiment that the average human being can only see 150 days out and predict something to some reasonable degree without being like totally way off. So I try and keep that in mind now when I'm thinking about this and not get too ahead of myself. Because I'm like, man, I probably only can look out 6 months ahead. So what am I doing trying to think what's going to happen in 5 years? But it's good to speculate.
Yeah, I mean, there's going to be another Bitcoin halving cycle within the next 2 years, so I think that like 20x for a tile is totally doable. You know what I mean?
100%. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and spin the wheel again, I guess. And this is for the big tile. And thank you all for coming to hang out with us tonight. I appreciate that.
Oh yeah. You know what to do, Hefe. Hit that button.
Oh, look at that manner.
It's the same person.
No. No, I removed that last person. That's, once you win,
Smart.
you get removed.
Smart.
So we got Manor, Maynor. I'm gonna have to figure out how to say that properly. But you won a golden tile. You won the second golden tile, I guess. I really like the look of that one. So yeah, just DM us your ETH address, one of us, or actually
Manor never
DM.
wins anything. So he says he's on a string of good luck.
He's freaking out.
Right on. Okay, yeah. So get us your ETH address, and we'll get that over to you.
Congrats, dude.
All right. So I know you have some other people who joined in, but we were just we already had the names in here. We appreciate the people who are joining in now, but if you're here the whole time, you got a pretty good shot here at winning something. So the third one, drop ticket. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. So I removed that. Oh, okay. Andy, you have won. You have won a drop ticket. I hope you really do win something with that drop ticket, because that would be a sweet return on your investment. Can you
Definitely
imagine?
time well recorded.
Can you imagine Andy puts in a drop ticket and wins a spacious parcel in District 1, Inner Wall or something? That would be crazy. But yeah, so Andy, you can get us your, DM us your ETH address where you want this ticket, and we'll get that to you. Do we want to do one more drop ticket, and I'll maybe add in some of the names of some of these people who just joined? What do you guys think?
I think so. I think that sounds just fine there. Yeah.
Okay, let me do that. A little bit of a concession. I'll add these last few names. We got Cebu. I can't say that name, but no notability. I'll add these ones in, and then we'll spin it one more time.
Good old Citric 12.
Oh, there you go.
Oh gosh, guys, I just realized my new keyboard. Here's the problem: it doesn't have or it doesn't have arrow keys.
What?
Oh man.
Oh god,
that's gonna suck.
What have I done?
It ain't gonna last, man. You're gonna come up.
Maybe we'll see.
I hear good things about the 60%. I think that 40 is that's a hell of a giveaway.
We got Bin Laden in here too now. I'll add him in.
I agree, Micalium, honestly. Hey, I got a question for you. Is your name Micalium, Mycelium? Because isn't it? Is it from mushrooms?
I always thought mycelium, but I didn't want to call him a mushroom. Like, I don't know.
Is it mycelium?
Sure. So I think that these days I hear it most frequently as mycalium, and I'm fine with that. And it's just so be it. So my name is Kale, and so my Kalium was kind of the initial pun play here, but it is definitely derivative of mycelium. So it's just mycelium with my first name infused, and in Web3 that has definitely become my Kalium, and so usually it's mycalium. Yeah,
because that's all people can,
well, it makes my first name doesn't work well in public either, and so it makes sense that I'm always a derivative of what the public can handle.
I like it. I like it a lot.
I like when people finally make the connection to the mycelium though, and then they think that, wait a second, are you like? And it's like, oh, now, huh?
It's like you're in the know or you're not. You either get it or you don't.
Private little flags.
We got Master Yin in here. I'm gonna throw him up too. This is the last call right here, Master Yin. You're in the wheel of names. for a
If
drop
he wins
ticket.
it, I'm gonna be jealous of his snipe skills.
Yeah. All right, let's do it. Last drop ticket. We just gave away 2 drop tickets and we gave away a golden tile. So let's do this. Here we go. Slowing down.
I love that gif from Bin Laden.
Look at this. Bin Laden wins. Your luck is pretty good, my friend.
Oh my gosh.
Bin Laden.
The guy whose name I just said, you know, there's really no coincidences in this world, are there?
Really aren't.
Definitely no mistakes.
No mistakes. Unless, yeah, I did summon it. I'm not a summoner, but I might be a pathfinder.
I think we're gonna have way more work.
Congrats to Bin Laden. Well, you know what to do, friend. Just send us your ETH address and we'll get that to you.
You know, it's cool because as we all grow in Web3, like you get these relationships, and I was told very early that crypto's small and everyone knows everyone. Like, I know Bin Laden, I have his address in my address book. He's part of the team already. It's really interesting to make these pretty substantial relationships, these persistent relationships.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it is a small neighborhood, man. I wouldn't be surprised if there's some big names on other teams that know who I am just because I work on one of the bigger teams in the space.
Definitely.
Yeah, it really is it has that small neighborhood vibe for sure because like there's only so many quality projects in crypto, and like the members of the quality projects like can identify the difference between the quality and the not quality, so like they're already only working with each other. It's like it's a yeah, it definitely keeps things close knit. Like I feel like for sure. That's a good point. And our community is like beyond close knit compared to others. Like with just how I mean, it makes sense that a community that has like a lot of incentivized like just DAO interaction, like community type stuff, like marketing, all kinds. I mean, we're really reaching into lots of different like sort of sectors with it, but it makes sense that we have like this super tight knit, like well acquainted, like highly educated as for our products community, and it's super awesome because I don't think that you get that experience in any other like Discord community, whatever. Like people don't even a lot of times like know what's going on.
Well, and then we all get spoiled rotten, right? Because this is what I consider now like the standard. Like, I don't hang out in communities that don't operate at this level, and it very much gives me a bar to apply to others.
Yep, the Mojin Diamond standard.
Also
Hey,
DAOs
so
too. It's crazy.
I know that you're really super involved in paying attention to Lens, and I'm definitely very intrigued by what they're building over there. Is that one that got you pretty stoked?
Were you talking to me?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I know that you've been kind of watching the Lens protocol as well, and I don't know if everyone's aware of it yet, but I mean, they're starting to growl over there quite a bit, and I think they're getting excited about their rollout here pretty imminently.
Yeah, I wonder what's going on with that. Like, are they building their own front end? I mean, like I don't know who's
I
building with
think
them.
so.
Like, I haven't.
Yeah, I think it's all standalone because like like even Good Ghosting got approached here by Christina from Aave specifically to talk about Lens, and so I think that they're really ready to start their like collaboration network with existing protocols and start pushing. I don't know. It looks like they're starting to get ready.
Yeah, that's interesting. I don't really know. I wish I knew more. I think that's like a super great idea. And it's gonna be super important.
I've
I just
read.
don't know who's building on them, and I
Yeah.
don't know how long for their product because they haven't announced anything.
Well, I've read their Git book. I'm in their Discord. I kind of hang out there. I'm not involved in any way, but what they're doing is really cool. I mean, imagine your tweets or NFTs, and you'll be able to actually. It'll be interesting to see how they make it work without making the gas super crazy. But you'll essentially be able to buy and sell ownership of tweets, and you'll be able to collect tweets. And then there's like some sort of gasless sharing method. So they're building a basic protocol kind of like a minimum viable thing, kind of what we're doing with Avagachi. But what you're going to be able to do is you're going to be able to come on their protocol eventually and build on top of it. So, like how we have Avagachi mini games with the assets, you can use their protocol, the NFTs and all that whole, like their whole code base, and you can build on top of it. And, imagine
front end or whatever.
Yeah, right now we have Facebook and Twitter and whatever, these like centralized social networks. But what if you just had like web social network? And it was just your network of your friends that's on its own social network. Like that's the power of Lens, in my opinion, is I can have Hefe social network, and it's just all my own network. Literally, it's like my own little Facebook. And I think that's going to be really empowering for creators.
For everyone.
We're seeing a lot of like forks of this concept of these like social token protocols, and a lot of them are small and they're all doing the same idea. And so I'm feeling like just with the Aave backing, Lens will likely be successful.
I think so. I don't really know how to invest in them. I guess you just buy the Aave token.
Imagine if Aave token is the governance token for Lens. That would be crazy.
I would imagine there will be. I bet they're just gonna soft start things with Aave as the backer.
Well, if their plan is to launch their own platform, then I wouldn't be surprised if they use a new token for Lens to try and incentivize their platform to start.
I definitely see a Lens token being like their social network gas. Yeah, there's definitely going to be a built-in utility, I can imagine.
FUD King. There's a guy with the name FUD King. That's awesome.
That flagging, that red flagging, is almost like a little bit of a flex right now, because it's like, I started shit in the Gotchiverse. I'm still here.
Like I got the red hand. I got the red smack.
That's Andy.
It's like now we all know you got the clap, bro. We all know. You can't hide your dirty deeds from us.
You cannot. So, friends, what do we do? Like, we're at an hour mark here. What do we want to do next? Do we want to keep hanging out? Do we want to get some input here?
Yeah, I'm fine here. I don't have anything else to give away, but this is a good just chill session in general. There's lots of different directions we can go with it, but by no means does anyone need to feel obligated at this point to stay. We do appreciate the last hour with you guys checking out this new tile.
Yeah, I'm good to hang out. We can keep chatting, but no pressure if you have things to do, or you got a place to be. But yeah, these communities developing in Avagachi are going to be huge. I was listening to a podcast. I think it was Zima Red podcast. Definitely check that out. He was talking to this he used to be an investment banker, but he started his own like DAO funding, like a funding company for DAOs. And he was talking about how the one thing he looks for in play to earn games is, are there organic guilds and like groups forming within the game? Because right now we have larger guilds. We have YGG, like Blackpool. These are guilds that have established themselves in other games. They're coming to Avagachi. But, if he sees portal mages forming in Avagachi and they're not involved in any other games, that gets his attention, because it's like this community has the capability to form small sub-communities within it. And that's something that's to watch out for, that's a force to be reckoned with.
Just getting started, brothers.
And I think Avagachi is going to be similar to Lens Protocol in many ways. You were talking about Lens Protocol. I think Avagachi is going to be this like modular thing where the base level is you're going around collecting Alchemica and, chatting, shit posting with your friends. But then on top of that, you're going to have the SDK, and that's what I'm really kind of preparing for. I want to be able to dig into that, and I know we probably have some developers in here who are probably really excited about that. So, interested to see what applications are built on top of the Gotchiverse.
Definitely. Hey, just real quick, you saw Andy running around. I think he was the FUD King. Was he red? He was asking in there. I think he was flagged, wasn't he?
Yeah, he is. He was a bad boy. He got the red flagging.
It's like that security ink at the store. Hefe, to follow up on what you're saying, and it is a call to action for everybody in here because you guys are the ones committed enough to be paying this much attention. But like, we'll be, I think, one of the first projects that successfully like masters that SDK deployment of dApps within their metaverse. Everyone says that they're going to do that, and it's on everyone's roadmap, but no one's got it done yet. And so, if we can figure out how to do that well inside of this community, we're not only going to grow the heck out of our internals rapidly, but it gives us this opportunity to export that mechanic to other emerging communities and make sure that Aavegotchi immediately has presence within other metaverses as they start to emerge.
Yep. Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that this platform's gonna have like people building, interfacing stuff, user interfacing stuff like in the metaverse, like before anybody else. Like I have basically no doubts. Like the on chain, anyways. Like it's just hard to do, man. And it's like, and like we've been planning it for a long time, and it's like you got to get there eventually, but there's only so many people where like that's I think that anyone that's here really already identifies that the fact that all the on-chain stuff is basically like baseline, like part of the entire like railroad that's been built thus far, like has been to have most of our like all the relevant things on chain, composable, let other people access the metadata. Like our assets are going to have been built to be used by other people, like straight up, like all kinds of stuff like that. I mean, it's like we're gonna be the first DAO NFT project to be doing this. Like I don't see any way that anybody else can, like from what they have already.
It's really hard to believe that we're the only ones out here doing this, but it's true. It's crazy. Like I could see parts of Aavegotchi in every other project. They might have one aspect of it, but I haven't seen anything that's combined everything, all the aspects together. Like with the DAOs, the solid tokenomics, the aspect of PFPs. Like nobody's combined all that yet.
Yeah.
Like I feel like some of these things, like some of the derivative art that we've seen from the Gotchiverse, they could be PFP projects on their own. Like they could be their own like Bored Ape Yacht Club, but like there's a game and substance like underpinning it.
Well, and Rigo's in here right now, and obviously we're here in the GMI server, so we got a lot of creatives and we do the projects over here stuff. But I see and I got to sit down and do an interview with Rigo because I'm watching like an actual creative art career develop because of like exposure to the Gotchiverse. I'll blatantly claim community credit for his revolutionary explosion of talent. But this is a place where we can really cultivate individuals to gain skills that are exportable like crazy.
Yeah, big shout out to Rigo. He actually recently did a commission for me that I'm gonna plug in the chat for you guys all to see.
Oh, I saw that one. It's dope. It is amazing. And his art ability.
Y'all are all gonna want one, to be honest.
Oh man.
I paid 200 USDC for that. So
that's awesome.
That's sort of where he's running. So
the economics are starting to become real.
I love that steampunky vibe he has in his pictures where you look at that portal at the back, it looks very like an artifact, it looks like it's been around for a while.
Yeah, my alpha is battling my FOMO, you know what I mean?
If you reach immortality, this could literally be you in like 150 years. Like this could be you emerging from a portal. You're your Gotchi now. You've merged with your Gotchi.
You're so weird, Hefe.
I'm weird, man. I'm weird.
We're all immortal, man. We just live on through others.
Do you even want to live forever, though? I don't know. I don't know about that. Maybe I'll create an AI that's like me, it's in my Gotchi.
I'm super into it. I'm super into voluntary timeline.
Your spirit does.
We could go down the rabbit hole with this, but I feel like we'd be really deep, and then we wouldn't know where we are anymore. But
hey, let's say thank you here to Goobs too, because he wants to keep the party going with a couple more prizes. So
yes, I got the new names in the wheel.
Oh, do it. What's Goobs giving away?
I think he's giving away a Portal Mage Axe.
No.
I'm just kidding.
What are you talking? you're doing some crazy stuff over there.
No, I think
if
it's.
Goops had one, he wouldn't be giving it away.
I think it's. He's not that. He's generous, but he's not going to be doing that. I think it's a couple drop tickets. I believe that's what you've agreed on.
Yeah, that'd be wild. Somebody should do it. I feel like the Portal Majors should do it. One day, maybe one day.
All right, so should we spin this wheel or what? I'll get it back up here. Let me do this.
Spin that wheel.
Spin the wheel. Let's do it. Let me just make sure I got the old names off there. If you won a prize, I took your name off. So, yeah, we're looking good, I think. Okay. All right, I'm going to spin this wheel again. We are giving away a drop ticket. Let's see. Here we go. Okay. Congratulations, Big 54. You have won a drop ticket. Big 54. Thank you for coming to hang out with us.
Yeah, people that you see around the crowd all the time, but don't ever really get the opportunity to get to meet. So dope, nice, big.
Yeah, I like his little PFP. Very well color coordinated. You got the polygon. I actually haven't seen that combo before. You got the polygon shirt with the mage cap there. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, I like the purple. I like that up arrow. That up arrow is cool.
Yeah, I don't see him anymore. I think he just oh yeah, he's up there. Okay, perfect. Okay, so you've been removed. Just DM us your ETH address, friend, or you can drop it in the chat, and we'll follow up with you. We'll get you your drop ticket. My Callum, are you keeping track of the winners? Because I'll probably lose track eventually. I'm getting to my memory capacity here with how many I can remember.
Maybe it's I'll see what I can do. I'll dig back through it real quick.
If not, I'll just
been lagging. Got to drop it. Maybe you should write these down before I forget. Been lagging, got to drop it. Manor got the tile.
You got the tile. Who was the first guy?
I'm Lexi. Got the first one.
Okay.
The first ticket.
All right.
And so 54 got the next one, I guess.
Yes.
Nice. Good teamwork. I got notes.
Are we going to do one more spin? Are we going to do one more ticket? Is that on the table?
Yeah, dude.
All right, man.
Yeah, dude.
Here we go. Let's go. Let's spin this again. Oh, look at that. Michael F., you've won a drop ticket. And this drop ticket will be blessed with our good vibes, so you will likely win something, maybe. I don't know.
And then Goobs also has one entry for the poker game as well to raffle off.
Oh shit! Okay, that's awesome. These poker games are a lot of fun. You know, even for me sitting there on my high ass, just making comments, it's good. You know, I actually a couple games ago, I'll remember this because you know, I'm not the best poker player to begin with, but you know, after smoking a blunt or having a couple of vape bags, I'm like, you know, useless. But I'll sit there and I'll play with the cards, and I remember I was like the lowest, like at the table I had the lowest amount of chips, and then I just cleaned them out on this one round, and then I was actually holding the highest amount of chips for like a couple rounds. You know, I was holding my own, and I believe for that one game I was like in the middle of the stack, like I was like number 15, and so to me that was a big achievement, and I'm gonna hang on to that. But I'll probably be back at some point. We live stream the poker events every Friday before District 420. So if you do want to watch them live, No Future has it streaming, and you can spectate that way if you want. So let's spin this one more time here, and this is for a seat at the table. Goobs, what are these passes going for now? I know there's like an entry fee normally if you're to buy one.
Nice. Yeah, 25 die buy-in price. So this is a generous price. Thank you very much, Goobs.
Nice. Okay. We got Coco who has won a seat at the table. That's awesome. That's amazing, actually. Yeah, enjoy your poker game. Well, if you actually, you'd be better off messaging Goobs with your ETH address so he can get you, or you can discuss like how that exactly works to get you hooked up. But you have won a seat at the table.
Goops is going to throw the drop tickets from his allocation to me as well, so we'll take care of the distribution of all of the drop tickets and the tiles. So just let him know if you got the poker pass.
Yeah.
Nice. All right, guys. I think I'm gonna bounce out of here. Got some more other stuff I got to do today. I'm also getting quite hungry, so gonna go isolate that. Had awesome fun hanging out with you all today. Glad that we got some good giveaways.
Oh, hang on 1 sec. If you got a couple minutes, Bin Laden saying he has an NFT he wants to throw into the mix.
Oh.
We're all degens here, right? So, oh man. Okay, Bin Laden NFT. Okay. Do you want to show us the NFT so we know? Add me back on the wheel. Okay. You're back on the wheel. You're back on the wheel. Can we see this NFT? I wanna see a little tease of it.
Am I on the wheel or what?
Should we be on the wheel for this? Because none of us on stage are on the wheel. So
I think that's up to Bin Laden.
Yeah, at his discretion. Oh dang, dude! Look at this NFT. Holy crap, dude! This is insane.
There's 3.
We really are degens over here. Okay. Everybody wants this. Should we add our names on this? I don't know. I feel like someone else should win it, but I really do want it.
The altruists here.
As much as I want it, I feel just as happy seeing one of you guys win it. So let's spin this wheel. Who wants to be on the wheel twice? Yeah, that's right. Okay. Yeah. All right.
I'm actually looking at Bin Laden's wallet. And I kind of like all that art in there, dude. What's going on? It's beautiful stuff.
He's got this very refined individual. The sophistication of Laden is legendary.
And I don't know if you guys heard this interview we did with Bin Laden for the District 420 NFT, but this guy, he's been doing this for a long time, so a lot of talent behind these.
Look at this guy.
A lot of talent behind these.
Laden, I think it was your wallet. You still got those money, the currency, the art project currencies from back in the day? I thought we were chatting about those once upon a time. Interesting stuff.
Okay. Art currency. All right, so I guess I'll spin the wheel with whoever's on here, and if you did win something, I had to remove you. Just to be fair, I want to be on this wheel, but I'm not gonna add myself. So here we go, Bin Laden's NFT. Here we go.
Unexpected.
Very unexpected. Okay, we got OXZFi. You have won Bin Laden's NFT. Congratulations, my friend. Congratulations. That's a big win.
That is a big win.
That's a big win.
There.
Yeah, just I guess DM Bin Laden and he'll get you your NFT. That's awesome. That's great. Congratulations.
Gonna make it.
So on that,
I'm a little disappointed about not being on the wheel. Honestly, I screwed myself here on that one.
We're all in it together, We're the hosts. Like, I don't know. Like, I've always thought that, right? With these giveaways, I'm like, should the host be in the thing? Because it's like, I don't know.
I always think about radio stations, man. Like, family members of the hosts at the radio stations aren't allowed to win sweepstakes, and so let's just stay out of it. It's easier, more fun to watch these guys too. Absolutely.
Make it one way or another, Bin Laden is GMI too, so he's always around. He's helped us out with a lot.
I think Rick Tony may have some stuff to give away here too. I'm kidding, but it just keeps going, right?
We're very, like, this goes back, we've come full circle to our initial conversation. We're a very giving bunch of people, and give us a chance to give something away and we'll probably do it. So That's awesome.
Yeah, I'll be honest. Yep, pretty much second that.
Guys, let's officially wrap this. We're almost at that hour and a half, and it's a morning call. So by all means, let's let these poor people go.
Yeah, I feel you on that. This was amazing, though. I mean, very unexpected turn of events. Thank you all for coming out and attending, and also thank you all for upping the ante and throwing some really cool prizes in there. Made this a really special event, and maybe we'll try and do something like this more often in the future as as we get more events to do in the Gotcha.
Yeah, Webb, thank you very much for having the idea and wanting to throw down here in the GMI server. This is fun. This is the point of having the place. It's nice to finally get to warm up the house.
Yeah, dude. Great. I'm glad to hear it. Catch you guys later. It was great hanging out.
For sure. Give us time on the prizes, guys, but I got a list here of cheat notes so we know what's going where, so we'll get you all taken care of. Appreciate everybody being here. You guys have a really good day.
Yeah.
Catch everyone later.
Later, friends. Peace.